Ladia kicking out. Paz finally knocking it in. Taking advantage, stripped by Vergara. Atienza lagging behind. Now the front runner and the Graftbusters will go to the semifinals.
For the very first time in league history, the Ombudsman Graftbusters have clinched a spot in the semifinals of the UNTV Cup, but their journey was anything but easy. In a tightly contested knockout game against the DENR Warriors held yesterday at the Nova Desi Convention Center, the match unfolded with intense excitement and drama. In the first quarter, the Graftbusters took an early 3-point lead with Israel de la Cruz leading the offense with 8 points, resulting in a score of 21-18. As the second quarter commenced, Bernson Franco and Yurick Florino stepped up, each contributing 6 points to maintain the Graftbusters lead, ending the quarter at 35-33. The neck-and-neck battle persisted throughout the game, with Brian Bangal emerging as the top scorer for the DENR with 8 points in the third quarter. However, Paul Ladia responded with 7 points for the Graftbusters, keeping them ahead at 55-50. As the final quarter unfolded, the DENR made a decisive move with a 9-0 run, seizing the lead at 59-55. With under 5 minutes left on the clock, the game was tied at 63 points, thanks to Aldo's pass clutch 3-pointer, signaling a comeback for the Graftbusters. With just 47.5 seconds remaining, tension mounted as Brian Bangal's running shot gave the DENR a 1-point lead at 66-67. Coach Danny Florano of the Graftbusters called a timeout, devising a strategy to turn the tide.
Bernson Franco puts it up off the glass. Ombudsman on top by 1.
Coach Florano's strategic play was executed flawlessly by the Graftbusters, leaving only 13.5 seconds on the clock. Coach Norlito Eneran of the DENR called a timeout in response. However, Paul Ladia of the Graftbusters anticipated the DENR's play, turning the tide in their favor.
Oh! What a big defensive play by Paul Ladia. And Ombudsman rejoicing at the buzzer. A defensive play by Paul Ladia to strip Rivera.
The Graftbusters erupted in jubilation at their historic semifinals appearance in the UNTV Cup, securing a final score of 68-67. Paul Ladia was rightfully named the best player of the game for his stellar performance, contributing 10 points, 9 rebounds, 5 assists, and 6 steals. Bernson Franco also made a significant impact with 17 points, 3 rebounds, and a steal. Next up for the Graftbusters is a showdown against SSS Kabalikat in the second game of the semi-finals, scheduled for Wednesday, March 6 at 4:30 p.m.
Una-una, syempre, thankful kami kay Lord. Alam mo yung divine providence, laging andyan dyan, you know. Syempre, credit ito sa mga players, sa coaching staff, at sa mga supporters namin. Ano. Hindi bumitaw, simula nung nagda-down na kami hanggang ngayon. Andyan dyan sila, naniwala sila, at kami, nung naniwala sila, mas naniwala kami.
Well, unang-una, ang pinag-usapan namin is as long as gawin namin yung best namin, hindi na kami magtira kung ano yung talent, skills na meron kami sa team, gagawin namin for this game. Alam naman namin kung gaano ka-importante yung game na ito, kaya yun ang pag-uusap namin. And we know for a fact that ang Ombudsman naman din ay malakas na team, nag-improve na sila from last season. So we expect a very competitive game.
In another UNTV Cup action, NHA Home Masters emerged victorious over the Senate Defenders in an overtime thriller with a final score of 85-80. Meanwhile, the GSIS Furies concluded their season with a resounding win against the defending champions AFP Cavaliers with a score of 119-90. The semi-finals will continue with the AFP Cavaliers facing off against the Department of Agriculture Food Masters in the first game on Wednesday at 3 p.m. at the Novodesi Convention Center. JP Nunez, UNTV, News and Rescue. We serve the people, we give glory to God.
A defensive play by DENR Warriors.